Atiku has officially waded into what is happening in Rivers State, and of course, he has just capped it that allowing lawmakers to retain their seats after the campaign should not be open for discussions. It's not something that we need to discuss. If they have the camp, they have the camp. But the case of a pro-Wike lawmakers, they said they have not decamped. That is where the issue is. They are not arguing it that once you decamp, that you are going to lose your seats. They know that. But what they are saying now is that they have not decamped. They have not decamped. Atiku has been speaking lately now. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential candidates in the 2023 election, Atiku Abubakar, has stated that elected members who intend to decamp must vacate their seats. Okay. It was reported that Atiku made this known on Monday in Abuja while speaking as a panelist at a national conference on strengthening democracy in Nigeria. The former vice president stated that party members must not be allowed to ignore party supremacy and rules, stressing that there must be consequences for members who fail to comply. He said that should not be open for discussion or debate when it happens. Electoral malpractice generally must be punished rather than rewarded. These are necessary for political integrity. Speaking on the issue of coalition, Atiku explained that opposition parties must realize that it is challenging to dislodge a governing party, a matter how unpopular or how fed up the people may be with it. He argued that a democracy can not be sustained without strong political parties, especially opposition parties, noting that funding by governors and a few wealthy individuals is not a democratic model. Atiku urged citizens to invest in funding the choice of their political parties. He said coalition building and outright measures are critical for building the capacity of the opposition to achieve that goal, and Obise is not part of that coalition. He said our own history and examples from other countries prove that parties need to be strong and democratic enough to be able to fulfill their roles. Ownership of parties by or their subordination to individuals, big men, is antithesis of democracy. Party supremacy is crucial, but party supremacy can't be achieved through the current funding model for our parties. As we know, he who pays the piper dictates the tune. Finding or funding must be democratized. Members must invest in and co-own parties. When people start from the point of view that Tinubu is rich or Peter Obi is rich or Atiku is rich, so I don't even have to contribute, they surrender to the big man's dominance of parties. In more effective democracies, parties and candidates raise funds from the mass of members and supporters. When people invest in something, they tend to be more engaged with it. So our people, especially party members, need to be enlightened. He made mention of three of them, okay? He didn't mention Kwakwansu. Where is Kwakwansu? We don't even know Kwakwansu stand. No wonder he's being referred to as a chameleon. You don't know where he is. Today, he will go and run, he will run to Tinubu. Tomorrow, he will say, oh, I'm no longer with him. He has having problem with his own party members in Kano, NNPP. Well, the transition to truly democratized parties won't be easy, but must be begun. Could we consider some public government funding of parties during the transition period? Perhaps proportionate to each party's elected officials in the legislature to avoid parties springing up just to collect public funds. All this is in English they speak. A lot of people have faulted Atiku that if he's in Tinubu's position, he will do worse. This is the way they speak. They speak innocently when they are not in power. Tinubu don't talk pass like this. What is happening now? What is happening now? It's just a huge disappointment. You hypocrisy politicians started it. Now it becomes a complaint to you people that started it. Who originated the madness? Now the PDP people deceive Pekin. It is now really you concur with I really concur with my dad. Always tell me I should point finger at some. Atiku, you are crying. This is just the beginning. I can't even see forget how the South voted for you. 2020, what is our reward in 2023? You try to betray us. It can only happen in a lawless country. You are elected into a position through a designated party, and after achieving your goals you defected to another party. Who does that unless in a zoo? Who does that unless in a zoo? Tinubu will complete his years by the grace of God. Then Igbo man will emerge as new president by the special grace of God. That is that is what the people want, and what the people want is what God will do for them. Okay, when you were the vice president and your party was in the majority, why did you not advise this to the National Assembly in case this kind of situation should happen in the future? But Atiku was not holding any elected positions when he decamped. Please, before you make any serious statements about Atiku, check very well when he decamped if he was holding one position. What difference does it make? What difference does he make? I think this person is really making a very, very valid point. When you decamp, when you are holding any position, it's a different thing when you are not just an ordinary member. The thing get as a be. The thing it gets as a be. What of vice president that decamped to another party? Which VP was that, and what year did it happen? Article on point this time around. However, you should go and rest to allow for fresh minds, fresh energy, and innovative thinking individuals to aim for governance, please. Okay. Keep sentiments apart. There is truth in this article. Don't look at where the message is coming from. Anywhere the message is coming from, people will still have their opinion. Even if it's coming from the right person, they will tell you, even if you get there, what are you going to do differently? Or is it because you are not opportune as we speak? So, irrespective of where the message is coming from, people still have their opinion. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this.